The liver is the largest organ in the human body. A reddish-brown organ with two lobes. The liver lies next to other organs such as the gallbladder, which is under it, and the stomach, which is to the left of it. In healthy adults, the liver weighs about 1.2 to 1.6 kilograms. It's located in the right side of the body, just under the lower ribs. The liver really consists of 4 lobes of unequal size, although it's often seen as if it is made up of 2 major lobes. Organs in close proximity to the liver is the gallbladder, which literally connects with the liver. The bile duct travels from the liver and the gallbladder, and the cystic duct coming from the liver. And these are important in the bile system. The liver actually possesses an enormous blood supply in order to receive sufficient amounts of oxygen and nutrients. These are 2 very important things, oxygen and nutrients. Looking at the blood supply to the liver, one will see the artery called the aorta coming from the heart. This blood vessel brings oxygenated blood into body tissues. Here there's capillaries of general circulations where the tissues in the body utilize the oxygen. This blood supply will be deoxygenated, or low in oxygen concentration. The deoxygenated blood supply will return to the heart through the inferior vena cava. The organs that are located on the lower section of the body, the bottom half of the body, are the liver, stomach, spleen, and intestines. The aorta, that carries oxygenated blood from the heart, pumps oxygenated blood into all these organs, the liver, stomach, spleen, and intestines. The artery that goes in the liver is known as the hepatic artery. It gives the liver oxygenated blood to function. The artery that gives oxygen to the intestines is known as the mesenteric artery. It's important to understand that once the spleen, stomach, and intestines has used the oxygen from the blood supply will be deoxygenated, and this deoxygenated blood will be veins, and actually this vein will not go back to the heart, but will go to the liver as a large vein known as the portal vein, which joins the inferior vena cava, which goes back to the heart. We must look at this diagram in detail, examining the liver. Here we have the liver. The aorta brings in oxygenated blood to the liver, through the left and right hepatic artery. This is blood rich in oxygen from the heart. And this actually supplies only about 25% of the blood supplied to the liver. Then there's the vein that leaves the liver towards the heart. This is the left hepatic vein, the middle hepatic vein, and the right hepatic vein, which connects the inferior vena cava, which then goes back to the heart. Then there is the portal vein, which brings in nutrients, and this blood supply comes from the intestines and is about 75% of the blood supplied going to the liver. Therefore it's much more than the oxygen supply from the hepatic artery. The portal vein brings in nutrients from the intestines, spleen, and stomach. Also there is the gallbladder here, which is connected to the liver. And this stores bile for secretion. And there are many bile ducts within the liver because of this connection. But, how are the hepatic cells organized within the liver, and how the blood supply, with oxygen coming in the portal veins, nutrients coming in, and the hepatic vein leaving the liver, all connects together and coincide within this organized structure? Well, the liver is in a hexagonal kind of shape that's known as a lobule. Each lobule contains many types of hepatic cells, or liver cells. In the center of the lobule there's the central vein, which essentially connects to the hepatic vein, which leaves the liver towards the heart. And all these blue things coming out of the hepatic vein are liver sinusoids, and they run from the central vein into the portal triad, so they connect to the portal triad. What is the portal triad? The portal triads consists of 3 things: the portal vein, the bile duct, and the hepatic artery. And all these veins connect with each other, and these 3 veins connect with the central vein. This is how the liver receives its oxygen, receives its nutrients, and how it sends out bile from the liver into the bile duct. This is known as the triad. It's very important to know that the liver contains special macrophages, hepatic macrophages known as Kupffer cells. In this section, the organization is illustrated in a better diagram. Here is a drawing of the hepatic vein, essentially the central vein. The sinusoids, as stated earlier, connects to the portal triad. The portal triad are the bile duct, a branch of the hepatic portal vein, and a branch of the hepatic artery. And surrounding all these sinusoids everywhere are the hepatic cells known as hepatocytes. Whatsoever comes through the portal vein, and from the hepatic artery, can be given into these hepatocytes, and then will be emptied out into the hepatic vein, which will then enter the heart. Similarly, cells that produce bile can then bring it to the bile duct, which then goes into the gallbladder. In addition, the macrophages, liver macrophages known as Kupffer cells, are very important in the immune system. As mentioned earlier, the organization inside the liver are hexagonal-shaped lobules with the central vein in the middle. The central vein can also be referred to as a hepatic vein because it essentially goes back towards the heart. Surrounding each corner of the hexagon are the portal triads. As stated earlier, the portal triad consists of the portal vein, the hepatic artery, and the bile duct. And these connect essentially to the central vein. With this connection, the portal vein can then give nutrients to the hepatocytes, and the hepatic artery can give oxygen to the hepatocytes as well.